The Institute for Priestly Formation, located in Omaha, Nebraska, in partnership with Spirit Catholic Radio, is pleased to present the Lenten Reflection Series, The Journey to Jerusalem. Join Father Mark Toups as he helps us walk with Jesus on his journey to Jerusalem.
Sunday of the 5th week of Lent.
Our friends, welcome back to the Journey to Jerusalem. And today, as we begin the 5th week of Lent, we find ourselves in Mark chapter 9, verse 31, as Jesus proclaims that the Son of Man is to be handed over to men and they will kill him. Jesus withdraws from his vehement confrontation with the scribes and Pharisees in Mark 9:30, as we read that they left from there and began a journey. Why did they leave? Well, Jesus needs time alone with his apostles, for he knows the consequences to confrontation, his death. Thus he keeps his journey quiet, for in Mark 9:31 we read that he did not wish anyone to know about it. He needs this time to prepare his apostles. And imagine those apostles. They started the journey when it was all about love and mercy, but yet as recently division and confrontation have entered into the equation, they find themselves dazed, sober, and confused. Still reeling from the blisterous witness of last week, the apostles are trying to piece together what just happened. Imagine their shock of last week's confrontation as Jesus took on the scribes and the Pharisees. Then imagine their shock as Jesus pulls them aside and says in Mark 10:31 that the Son of Man is to be handed over and they will kill him, and on 3 days after his death will rise. Listen, you can hear a pin drop. You can hear breath itself. The earth gently quakes simply from the pounding palpitations of their stunned hearts. He said he is to be handed over. He said they will kill him. He said 3 days after his death he will rise. Stunned, silenced, dazed, the apostles did not understand the saying and were afraid to question him. Mark 10:32. How could this be? He's healed the sick. He's given sight to the blind. He's multiplied miracles in their very sight. How can this be? Handed over, betrayal, death. The apostles were out of control and they did not understand. When you and I are out of control, we automatically look for something we can control. We look for an answer. When persecution mounts an attack on us, we feel out of control. When consequences engulf us, we feel out of control. When division rips apart our lives, we feel out of control. When we are out of control, we grasp for an answer. We want to understand. And far too often, we don't understand. We don't get an answer. In those moments, we need to trust. And trust that God does understand. When we don't understand, we need to believe that God does understand. Trust that he understands you. Trust that he knows what to do. And trust that God is going to act. You may not understand how or when, but trust God. After all, he did predict his resurrection. And my brothers and sisters, he came through on his promise. When you don't understand what's happening in your life, trust that God does understand. Today for your prayer, I would encourage you to pray with Mark 9:30-32. Be with Jesus and his apostles. Watch Jesus. Watch his apostles. Feel the intensity and taste their confusion. And ask yourself as you pray today, what do you not understand in this season in your life? Pray this prayer with me as you pray with the scriptures. Jesus, I long to live my life with unwavering trust in you. Where I do not understand, help me to live in communion with you. God bless you.
To listen to today's reflection again, or to order a copy of the Journey to Jerusalem booklet with the daily readings, the website is www.priestlyformation.org. Join Father Mark Toups during this Lenten season as he helps us walk with Jesus on his journey to Jerusalem.